All right, we are recording.
Woo! Welcome, everybody. Episode 000. I did not even know that was a thing until this whole podcast world showed up on my doorstep.
Right? Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. So I am Laura, host.
And I'm Amanda Balcazar.
We are excited to be here today, and we want to share with you what is Hot Mess to Success podcast.
Yes. So, and how did this come about? That's kind of the deal. I mean, I'm in Michigan, Miss Laura's in Minnesota, and this is not something that has been on our plates for any long period of time. It's been what, just a few months now.
Right. So I think that one of the things that's really unique about Amanda and I is we both are super passionate about delivering value to our audience, to friends, family, people we don't know, right? Like making a bigger impact in the world, I think has always been something for me. Like, how am I, just little Miss Laura, gonna have, an impact on the world? Like, what is my purpose? And so over time, it's like I've been through a lot of hot messes in my life and had some successes in my life. And I thought, how could I help other people through their hot messes? And also to enjoy their successes, and maybe even zoom up the process of actually not having to the learning curve, right? The learning curve through the hot messes and through the hot successes. So the way I did not wake up one day and say, I'm going to be a podcast superstar someday. Did you?
No, not at all. It's funny because obviously we met each other a few years ago doing business, and it's definitely not something that was ever on my radar. However, we've done some Facebook Lives and stuff like that. We've always kind of helped to kind of lead or mentor mostly women in kind of their entrepreneurial journey. And, once we started chatting about both of our kind of a passion project that we had on our hearts, things just like really started to align. And we said, you know what, man, why don't we just tag team this and really think that we can have a collective impact? Because as much as we have a lot of the core values and vision that we would want to be able to help other entrepreneurs with, we're also very different. So, but it just felt like a really, really great mix. And we just thought that way we'd be able to have a lot to offer others through that process too.
Absolutely. And so, really, the overview for the listeners here is to know that Hot Mess to Success isn't just going to be all the dramas and everything, but our real goal here is to deliver value to you so that you're getting tools and resources that can be at your fingertips, that can help you, that can maybe you listen to something and it may not directly relate to you, but you're like, gosh, I have a friend who's been through this or been down this road. And so as we process this, remember and have grace, as we are new to this world as well. And we're really excited about what we're doing, but we really, really value our listeners, and we want to know what you want as well. So feedback is going to be crucial in helping us to deliver the best content and bring you the best guests possible. So if you have any feedback or any ideas or suggestions for us for the show, please don't be afraid to give it to us, and just email us at contact@hotmesstosuccess.com, and we will definitely respond to every email and be in touch with you, because we truly do value you, our listeners, and want to continue to bring you great content and guests in the future. So
yeah. And I think that one of the main points that we really wanted to bring to our audience was those interviews and stories, and being able to share different experiences with our audience, because a lot of times, especially as being an entrepreneur, you feel like you're alone in a lot of ways if you're working from home, or you're a solopreneur or things like that, and it can be really difficult and really challenging. And I think that once you're able to hear other stories and be able to understand that people are also going through different things in those struggles, and that it's going to be okay. And then you look at them and they're there, from their hot mess to their success. It's just incredible. It's very inspiring. And I think that sometimes that could be all someone needs to keep on going on their journey to their dreams and their successes as well.
absolutely. And I also think that we live in this social media world where everyone looks like they're living this fairy tale. And you're like, well, of course she has success. Look at her. She lives this white picket, perfect little life. And you're like, if you only knew what was going on behind the scenes, right? So like that's where kind of the whole hot mess, like seriously, people have no idea what's going on in people's lives behind the scenes. And so often we paint this beautiful picture, it's like us making dinner with our kids in the kitchen and it's perfect and we get this perfect selfie when it was a freaking disaster and there was eggs everywhere and the dog was puking and who else, the kid crapped its pants in the high chair. I mean, reality was actually happening to get that perfect selfie onto social media, right?
Right.
So we want to be real about life. We want to be real about like what really happens, because guess what? Like we have hot messes, but we know that everyone else has hot messes too. Either you're going through a hot mess right now, you just went through a hot mess, or most likely you're going to be going into a hot mess of some sort in your life. Okay.
Tis life.
Right. So it's the reality of hot messes, but it's like we really want to instill in people that there is a way to make it through that. And you have a support system of people here. Like we get it. We understand the reality of hot messes. And it does not mean that you also can't enjoy success in life. Right. And really loving yourself through all the hot messes and this the reality of life, that it's not going to be perfect, but we can definitely love ourselves through all those hot messes and truly enjoy success and happiness. So
yeah. Absolutely. And I think one of the things that we had, had a vision of is, again, being able to bring on different incredible guests. We have awesome women that are going to be lined up here, and kind of the format of what we're thinking is we are going to be having them on. We're going to be interviewing them. And then we're also going to be having episodes to where Laura and I kind of extract some of the very powerful points out of there and have kind of our own discussion on that. Maybe share some of our experiences or some other things that we know. So along with that, we can additionally provide, some, whether it is tools or resources or just different things, if there are people that are going through something similar, to where we're going to be able to have that available as well. And then Laura, are we going to like share now, or are we keeping this stuff a secret for like the two kind of wild card shows that we want to bring out? Are we going to share that now?
Oh, I don't think so. I think we should. I don't know. Are we?
I don't know. We haven't discussed if we are. I think this is kind of when we're supposed to be telling that stuff. I think that it's going to be.
One of the things that's really super exciting is sexual health. Like truly
exciting.
Very exciting. Like we really want to talk about how sexual health is actually good for your success, right? So
here's the thing too, because this is going to happen. Sorry to interrupt, but it's going to happen multiple times probably. But we've already kind of mixed up the hot sex to success or whatever, hot mess to success, sex. Yeah, we've been already 40 and slipping, so this is perfect. So continue on. Sorry.
It is multiples. We're going to be talking about multiple orgasmic moments into this amazing journey that we're in. So we are going to actually bring in and have featured a hot mess to success sex therapist who's going to come on and actually give us to be featured on the show, which is really fun. So more details to come on that, but watch for those, which we're obviously super excited about because it is an important part of success in your life as well, is making sure that aspect of your health is taken care of and the healthy aspects of that. So
yeah. And then maybe we will keep the other wild card thing a secret.
Yeah.
We'll leave that one to be a secret. You guys
Let's just say it may include wine glasses and little black dresses. Maybe something fun like that.
No. See, no. This is where Laura crosses the line. This is where she crossed the line. She's already making me do my hair and makeup and have this be a video thing. And now she's telling me about hot dresses. We are crossing the line with that. So, but real quick, Laura, okay, let's, this is great that we have this podcast thing. Give a little bit of background on yourself real quick. I mean, I'm going to be interviewing her. So you guys are going to get the full rundown, the 411 on Miss Laura, because there is plenty to talk over and you guys are going to love her. But I do want her to give a little bit of snippet about her current life, so that you guys get, a little bit of background.
All right. So my name is Laura Host. I live here in Minnesota. I have 3 beautiful children. I have a 6-year-old daughter, 3-year-old son currently, and a 9-month-old little girl. So very busy, going through a divorce right now. So life has been a little bit crazy, full-time momming, full-time working, making sure all my priorities are set straight. Been through a lot of bumps in life that have brought me to where I'm at, a lot of hot messes when I feel like my white picket fence was not just knocked down, but pretty much burned down. Um, but you know what? In the moment, I thought my life was over. I thought, how in the world, Lord, are you putting me through all of this craziness? When actually it was very humbling to go through things with dealing with financial messes from bankruptcy, being super irresponsible with money and finances, to turning things around, to dealing with addiction in our family, to just nonstop hurdles, having lost a baby to miscarriage, having been through multiple different roller coasters as an entrepreneur. Obviously a roller coaster with my marriage, which is now on to, renewing and really putting myself first to be that way. And now realizing that, loving me is so important, and to move forward with my career and to just build an amazing future for my kids. So I'm really excited in the future to share more about the crazy hot messes that I've been through, and to really take ownership, because I am fully the first person to tell you I've been an idiot at a lot of things in life, but I love myself because of that, because now I can become a better person. I can recognize the things that I did wrong, become a better person, and now help other people to maybe not make those same mistakes, or to turn those messes into a message, which is really fun too. So,
I just honestly, I mean, it's obviously you say all this and you say this, all this stuff very, very humbling. And it's so interesting to see or describe yourself in your words. And I know that you do love yourself, and I know that you're working through that. I know, but I just look at you as just I sometimes I'll say, oh my gosh, she's just a beast. And I say beast in the most feminine way, because truly you are but just the admiration that I have for you, and the respect, and the just in awe of watching you go through this. And I know that I don't even see a snippet of truly the different struggles that you go through, but just the way that you're able to deal and cope and go through this entire process. It blows my mind. And I'm so thankful to be able to partner up with you on this, because I think that there's just such a need for the ability for other and mostly general in women to be able to know that they're not alone in some of these things. And I don't know where you get your strength from this stuff, but I know that there's other women that need it, and I'm excited to be able to bring that to them, because I know that look how brave you are right now on episode 000 in a short little snippet of This Is Who I Am, and you just bared your heart to
yeah.
everybody.
Well,
Raw,
oh, I love
unfiltered.
you. You're so sweet. It's the thing that I've realized is that I actually had a pastor friend of mine, a girlfriend of mine. She's a pastor by chance too. And she said to me, she goes, Laura, when you quit hiding behind it, which is why I love our hashtag own it, when you start owning what your reality is, people can love you more, people can relate to you more. And it's not looking for attention, but it's a way for you to, how can you communicate with other people, and how can I have an impact on the world? And when I started sharing my realities of, hey, I'm not perfect, I've made some serious stupid choices with finances, hey, I'm not perfect, I've dealt with some serious addiction over multiple years in my family, hey, I'm not perfect, I'm not a perfect mom. And it's just wow, other people are I can relate, I know how that feels, or I feel like I'm on a roller coaster as an entrepreneur too, and wow. And then it becomes the ability to come together and not have a whine fest, and no one's crying and whining about it, but it's okay, here's the reality, and then now here's how we can continue to have success with this, or how we can be better, or how we can support each other. Yes. And so it's really refreshing. So it's really fun to be here with you too, because as much as we're alike, I say Amanda can rock those high heels and the little black dress, even though it's not her ideal attire each day. No, she's got her so sexy feminine side, but she is my badass beast. That's what I can call her, because she truly is the beast in momhood, prioritizing her time and energy and everything. So Amanda, why don't you tell everyone about your sweet self?
Okay, so background, I grew up with a single mom. She had me when she was, 17 years old. I think that there was a lot of, lessons that I had learned, growing up with myself and my brother, who was actually 4 years younger than me, throughout that. And my mom was amazing. Just she was an incredible role model, but totally opposite in regards to like what I'm, doing in my life, and and being an entrepreneur. And I started at a very, very young age. I don't know exactly how that totally got instilled in me, but I always kind of had that entrepreneur. I was like always like the top selling Girl Scout cookie person because I needed to earn money. You know what it truly was? I think because I needed to earn money to like go on trips and stuff, because truly we didn't have it, right? So like, my mom would have done anything for me. It wasn't because, but like we didn't have the money for that stuff. So I always had to figure out a way to subsidize that, whether that means I needed to sell more of the fundraising at school or whatever it was, so that I could go to camps and participate in things and whatever. So I think that kind of ingrained a little bit of the work ethic, but also just seeing that there was that opportunity, and there was, that when you work hard for something, then there's that achievement. So at a very, young age, pretty much right after college, I ended up becoming an entrepreneur in e-commerce. And so started just selling just basically books online for a long time. And my husband was in finance, and he came home about 3 years into the journey. He left his job, and we've been actually working together now full time for a total of 10 years. I'm a little over 10 years now. And so we are, we build our own brands. We have multiple different Amazon stores. And so that is, what we are focusing on right now. And
That's
so
awesome.
through that time, I mean, it's so funny to look back. Like I said, it's been 13 years full time now that I've been, if you want to call it a solopreneur, or, with my husband now, we're actually building out a team. So we're growing that. It's becoming something. We're transitioning a little bit. There's always transition. There's always evolution and transition and growth. And I think that's another reason, just like with anything in life, that's relatively normal. Cause if you're not growing, you're going backwards, right? If you're not moving forward, you're going backwards. So there's always that growth, and being able to, being in e-commerce, that changes so rapidly. And I think life changes rapidly now, but in e-commerce, your business changes so rapidly. So being able to adapt and, flow with that has been something that we've been working through again for like the past 13 years. And it's been something that I would never, change for anything. We actually really enjoy, our business and learning and growing. But being able to give back and kind of help people on that path is something that I've always really had in my heart. Like I had mentioned to Laura when we first started talking about this, I don't know, it's been a couple years now that I've actually owned the URL Ladies Level Up. And I used to do stuff on social media and like kind of hashtag and, and I didn't really know what I was going to do or where I was going to go with that. But I always felt that, within women that are, and not just women, but obviously it's ladies, but within that space of women wanting to do anything, better themselves in anything, I always feel that it's more of a struggle when we don't accept ourselves for where we're at and then give ourselves credit for being able to make progress. I think that, comparison, I know is the thief of joy. And I think that a lot of times, especially like you mentioned, the social media thing, I think a lot of times we get caught up in that way, way, way too much. And that will detour us from just those constant little, steps. Or I'll reference a book I'm really heavily into personal development reading, but like the slight edge, those constant little steps in that right direction. You can either go, the slight edge towards your dreams, or you can go the slight edge away from them. And the more that you choose going towards your dreams, just even those little increments, those are the things that people need to be able to focus on. And so since I had been doing it for so long, I've been able to recognize that those are the key points that have been able to help me, and also my husband along our path. Because we'll notice it doesn't take long for us to figure out something. I mean, because it truly is a roller coaster, right? So, when we are on that down part, fortunately now we can recognize, hey, what are we listening to? What are we reading? What are the habits that we have in our daily life? Because if we don't get that together, then we're not going to be able to have any of, the other successes that we're looking for. It's just going to be a big struggle. So those are some of the things that I feel like I've been able to provide, because a lot of times when people are just starting out, there's such this short term, wanting that instant gratification, or even if they're okay with not wanting the instant gratification, they look at somebody else and they say, oh my gosh, look what they're doing. Like, for instance, Laura, I know that you and I, we've been putting a lot into our podcast. Like, there's a lot behind the scenes that we're doing, but this isn't something that literally, even though Laura and I have just been talking about this over the past, couple months, this has been something years in the making for both of us.
Absolutely.
There's been, Facebook Lives, there's been this growth, this whole, it has literally been in the planning stages, and we've been building our skills. We didn't know this is what it was necessarily for, per se, but we've been building our skills of this, for years now.
Absolutely. And I think the thing that we bring to the table that we really can relate on is that we are passionate about entrepreneurs, period. Like, I love, love, love entrepreneurs. There is something different in the fire and the soul of an entrepreneur than the average person in general. Like, entrepreneurs will work twice as hard for no money in the beginning.
We'll pay to work twice as hard.
We're passionate, right? And
yeah.
we just have a different drive and passion, and God has wired us differently to just know, like, this is our purpose. This is what we need. This is where we're going. And I'm just super excited about that, because that is one thing where, like, because of that mutual, like, love that we have and that mutual passion that we have, like, the guests that we're bringing to the table have everything from hot messes, from, losing loved ones to cancer, to addiction, to divorce, to health and wellness issues, to death. I mean, there's just so many hot messes in life and these people are now successful life coaches, photographers, coffee shop owners, e-commerce rock stars, like, and they have worked through those hot messes. I just think you guys are going to love the guests that we bring, but we also realize that we know, like, such a small amount of these amazing people in the world, that we'd love to hear from you guys too. So if you have an awesome person, or maybe it's you, right? Maybe you have worked through the hot messes and you're on to the hot successes in your life. We'd love to hear from you. So email us at contact@hotmess2success, and we'll tell you how you can link up and get to to become a guest on our show, or tell us about somebody who you think would be a fantastic guest on our show. So contact@hotmess2success.com. Simply email us whether you have ideas, suggestions, a guest for the show, ways that we can improve, a tool or resource that you think we might love that we'd want to share with our guests. So we're very open-minded and very excited to bring the best of the tools, resources, ideas, and suggestions to you, our awesome audience.
Yeah. So, and I think that's probably pretty good for us to wrap up right here. I just want you guys to just be excited to come along with us on this journey. We're going to have so many different fun things for you. We're going to be coming to you guys once we get going. It's going to be a minimum of twice a week, and we'll be able to relay that for you. We're going to bring everything that we have for you guys. We really just want to give it all, lay it all out there, bring you the most amazing guests. We are ready to take this next level. We want all of you guys to be able to be empowered to kick ass in life and biz. Own your hot messes, own your successes. We're here for you, and I know that you're going to love all of the guests that we're going to be able to bring and edify and highlight, and just have them, be there for you guys to take in all their amazing stories and all the different I'm excited to learn from them. Like, this is one of the things that is so amped up, is that we are going to be bringing on, like, I know the list of people, and we're just getting started. Like, I'm going to an event of just a ton of high level e-commerce sellers, and I'm going there. We're going to be in Vegas And when we go there, I'm going to be meeting people there to be able to, I know we're going to be discussing things. And I just, every single time I go, I meet anywhere from like 2 to 5 people that I'm just in total awe of. And then when you meet them though, you don't, the coolest part about this and the coolest thing that I love about being in e-commerce too is like when I meet them, I don't even know. Like you get talking to them and you hear about their story, but then like when they share like some of their successes, they're just like so humble and so normal. You would have never guessed. And it's just like, wow. And I know that they are going to just be so excited to just come on and share with you guys, share their heart, do their best. Cause a lot of them are so, just feel so blessed themselves that they would just love to hop on and be able to give back to our audience. So we are going to be bringing you guys like the most badass guests you can imagine. So don't miss it.
It's going to be super fun. And our tagline is so you can kick ass in life and business. And our hashtag is own it because we want you to own it. So we will see you all again soon. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be excited to hear from you. And again, our email is contact@hotmesstosuccess.com, and please get in touch with us. We love you and we value your opinions and thoughts. So have an awesome day.
Later.